Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from theshrinkingpastor.com.
Don't go there.
I mean, it's...
Or was
these,
it
these days,
the chicken pasture?
the chicken pasture? The chicken pasture. Pasture or pasture?
I don't know.
These days it won't take you anyplace. It's just a dead website.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I say it.
Well,
You know what's not a dead website,
together
though?
the three of us.
You know what's not a dead website? My Wiener Your Mouth.
That's true. My wiener your mouth
You
will
can
bring
I
you right
before
back.
E or E before I.
Will bring you right back here. So
That's right.
I wonder why the hackers have never tried to take that one.
Well, because they hacked my hosting, which was HostGator, and not my domain, which is GoDaddy. So that one is forwarded directly from GoDaddy to YouTube, whereas the other one was being hosted by HostGator.
So together, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Welcome to Tobacco Advent once again. Weird episode. To begin with, the tobacco we were sent happens to be a tobacco that the gentleman who sent it to us likes,
That's good.
and that he thinks we're going to like.
What? Okay. Now I'm less optimistic.
And he didn't send us a video. He contacted me and said, "Look, would that be all right?" Of course. It's not.
Thank you anyway.
It's not required.
Thank you.
But thank you. So Jeremy Bloom has sent us Palmetto State Cavendish, and I want you to correct into that. I'll tell you a little bit about what he wrote about this. He believes that this may be one of the victims of the FDA deeming.
Really?
Because it's a store brand.
So here's what it says, or is there information?
Oh yeah,
about
you go ahead and read it.
In a steaming process of more than 20 hours, we create a deep black Cavendish. But don't be fooled by the color. This is a remarkably cool burning smoke with hints of vanilla to create a superior taste and room note.
I like it. So it's 1Q is what he's saying.
Is that what that said?
I don't know. You know me. Everything that's a Cavendish is 1Q to me. I'm anxious to try this, though. So thank you, Jeremy. Now, the question of the day that we actually were going to have Jeremy give us had he made a video.
It is a very dark color.
It is. That looks more like BCA than 1Q. That's pretty aromatic, too. The question was, would you rather go to a ski resort, as in snow skiing, or a tropical island for Christmas? So
what other kind of skiing would be on the table?
There's water skiing.
So you could go. So with this question, would you rather go to a ski resort or a ski resort?
That's true. I'm all in with the ski resort in that case.
Yeah, so for me too.
For Christmas, if you had to choose one of those two destinations as a Christmas holiday destination, would you rather? We'll expound on this since it's our question now. Like go to the mountains. Let's assume that you can afford to do anything that you would want to do.
Rent a helicopter? Own a helicopter? Fly it to the mountains?
Jump from the helicopter.
Set TNT off at the top of the mountain to create an avalanche.
Ski ahead of the avalanche.
Ski down like a badass. Because those are things I would want
How
to
are
do.
you going to do that on a tropical resort?
Tsunami.
You know, speaking of a tropical island, do you know that there is one actor who was in Gilligan's Island who continues to earn residuals for that show in reruns? The rest of the actors had a deal in their contract that said that they got their salary, plus they got residual income for up to 5 replays. This one actor negotiated, as opposed to getting a salary increase or something, as the show was picking up some steam, that instead they would have residuals for the duration of the reruns.
So I'm going to guess it is either the Professor or Marianne.
Now, why would you guess that?
Probably Marianne, because I believe she's still alive.
2 of them are still alive. Ginger and Marianne.
Okay.
Dawn Wells and Tina Louise. The Professor died a year or so ago. Not all that long ago, but it was Marianne. Her manager, who was also her husband, was the one that struck that deal.
I was going to guess the Professor and the Rest, which would have included both of the other two. But
No, the Professor was one of the rest.
No, he was and the Rest.
No.
Oh, you're right.
Yes, he was one of the rest. And then it became the Professor and Mary Ann.
Yeah. It was the movie star and the Rest.
Yeah, that's right. The movie star. So, let's see.
Speaking of tropical islands, my wife and I just saw the movie Moana.
The
It's
cartoon?
Yes, new Disney movie. One of the characters is voiced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Okay.
He sings a song, and he is excellent in it.
Wow.
Yes, both the singing and the acting. It was a very good movie. There's one scene.
You need a degree of overacting for an animated character,
Yes.
right? So that's perfect for him.
There's one scene that's bizarre. There are a couple of scenes that they're bizarre. One is particularly bizarre, and it involves Jermaine from
Jackson?
Flight of the Conchords.
Really?
Yeah.
So with his New Zealand accent?
Yes, and there's a song involved, and it's weird. It's weird, but it's a good movie. It's really good. My wife and I liked it better than Frozen, if that says anything.
I feel like we're making the mistake of thinking that this is a Wednesday morning Markwood's Breakfast
No,
Club.
I'm not. We're talking about tropical islands, aren't we?
Yeah, we kind of are.
And Moana's takes
So-
place on a tropical island.
Given those two choices, I have to say I'd probably want to go to the ski resort in the mountains. But odds are these days, with the way my knees feel, I would be doing very little skiing. But I like it where it's cooler. I like being able to hang out by a fire, sit around telling stories. I'm not a big fan of like being in the full sunlight and salt water. So for me, it would probably be mountains.
Honestly, what I'm doing, I'm stalling because I like the tobacco.
It's not bad, Jeremy. Thank you.
Although that said, it's the first that I have smoked today, so it could just be getting back into the swing of things. Yeah, I too am gonna go snow. Yeah, when I think of the days that I enjoy filming the most, it's days like today where it's cold, and not days like the summer where I'm sweating. And in the snow, it's going to be much more fun to sit outside and smoke. Growing up in Ohio, and I'm built like a polar bear, I appreciate the cold anyway. In the cold, you can have fires and cocoa and play board games. And
So, to quote our buddy Jay, Dighsx, keen-eye observers will note that our tobacco advent tree has migrated a little bit for two reasons. The first one is the fire is awfully hot, and it is a faux tree, and I didn't need it to catch on faux. But the other reason, the real reason is, when I came in to set things up for today, I knocked that sucker over, and there were ornaments going everywhere. I think we're still short one.
yeah, it's all right.
Two of them were underneath the stove. So.
We'll make it up to whomever we owe a ornament to.
Well, but you know that there are people disappointed that you can't see the shopsmith clock. It's there. It's there. Trust me. All right, so we're going to wrap this up. Again, Jeremy, thank you so much. How about you?
Good.
Yeah. Have you had this, what was it called? Palmetto what? Palmetto State Cavendish.
What do you think of the tobacco?
I like it. I mean, I like all Cavendishes, and black Cavendish is perfectly fine with me. I would say that this is probably, it begins as BCA and then has a little bit of a topping of some sort on it, because it is more aromatic than BCA.
You made mention of something that you didn't elaborate on. Why is this one that might be hit by the FDA?
Because it's a store brand. This is tinned and sold by the local store. I was at JR's recently.
Yeah.
And all of their big jars that they have on display now have in big bold print, lane limited 1Q. It used to be Brendan's Choice, and then on the back it said Q1. And they sold it straight lane 1Q, but they promoted it as a store brand. It was also their top selling store blend. Now everything's labeled. He said that They're one of their top selling tobaccos, one that they sold 10 pounds of a week, was actually a blend of 3 of the Lane products. That they're not allowed to sell that anymore, because as soon as they blend those, even though each of those individually would potentially be okay to sell because they're grandfathered, but if they're mixing them, they are now a manufacturer. So basically, they're happy to share their recipe with people as they move forward. Crazy.
Thanks,
All right.
FDA.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to wrap this up. Thanks for joining us. We will see you tomorrow morning on Tobacco Advent.